What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of FTB Infinity Evolved, or Evolution, or... Why can I never get this damn thing right? FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Yes, that sounds about right. First off, I want to go ahead and apologize in advance if you guys hear a little bit of an echo, if it sounds kind of like I'm in a bathroom or something along those lines. I have moved rooms again. If you guys have been following me for a while, you'll remember that I was actually in I moved from the master bedroom in my house to the office in my house, and then I moved, once it got summer, I moved out into the living room, and we've moved back into the office because being out in the living room is proving a little challenging when you're not the only person that lives in your house. So me and JJ were having some struggles with individual, like, he wanted to come out and cook, and, I'm doing my thing. And so I do need to get some stuff on the walls so it gets rid of that echo so that, it's not quite so bad. Also, you may hear a hum. I apologize for that. I will try and get some of that stuff out in processing. I should be able to get rid of, I would say, the vast majority of it, but actually, let's just pull it all out. There may be a few sounds, there may be a few tweaks and a few other issues that I need to sort out. Plus, anytime you move your computer and your audio setup and everything like that, you have problems there as well. So I apologize. I apologize in advance, my friends, for any weird shit that you may or may not hear. So we'll get it sorted out. Thankfully, during the winter, we don't use the heat all that much, so it shouldn't really be that big of an issue, but we'll get it working. Anyways, we're back here in FTB, playing around again. I apologize that it's been, I don't know, how long has it been? A week or so since we've been back to it. Videos probably haven't been that bad, but we had I had some other stuff to do, plus the 24-hour live, well, not 24, the 12-hour live stream kind of put a kink into things as well. So it's just been a little bit busy, that's all. We're getting back to it. So I've been looking at the whole bee stuff, which is what I wanted to move into. And the problem that we're running into with the bee stuff is Project Red literally just doesn't work with bees. I mean, there's certain aspects that do, but for whatever reason, the queens and the princesses just they don't even work all the time out of the chest. I don't understand what it is. It probably has something to do with the genetic code or something that's in them, because each one of these may possibly be different. When we analyze them and such, you can see that some of them have different stats and perks and things along those lines, which they're supposed to, but apparently that screws up the piping. So to fix this, we're going to have to either do one of two things. We're either going to have to move completely to AE, Applied Energistics 2, which we're not quite ready for yet, or we're going to have to move to Buildcraft, which is the old school way of playing Minecraft, and I'm not quite sure I'm ready to do that either. So we're going to put bees on a temporary hold for now, because I just don't want to mess with it. So we're not going to do that for now. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to move down the magic line. So for instance, we want to move in to get our blood altar. Now to get our blood altar, you can see it's not as simple as just getting a blood altar. We're going to need to get a few things first. So specifically, we're going to need mana steel ingots, an alchemical firmness, which is Thaumcraft, and we're going to need an attuned stone, which is witchery. Now most of this stuff is pretty easy stuff to do. It's not all that complicated or anything along those lines, but it is going to require some basics to get done. So one of the things, and another thing I wanted to take a look at. Supposedly there is a way, and I don't know how this works, but there's supposedly a way with NEI to search nearby blocks, and I don't understand how it's done. I believe it's the T button or the slash button. And I don't quite understand how it's supposed to work, but supposedly you're supposed to be able to search nearby inventories or something with NEI and find some like alternative selections and such. I don't know how it works. I saw it in an update note on the FTB stuffies because FTB's continued to update, and we're on 2.2, and apparently there's a few other updates. So anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to dig down below here, and we're going to make our wizardry stuff down below, I believe. Now, I mean, part of me is tempted to build up and above. The problem with building up and above is I'm not sure how we'd go about doing it, because we do have our farm here. So to go up and above, I'd have to build like some kind of pillar system and then go up. And now that I think about it, that actually sounds kind of hot. So, geez. I think we will build a pillar system, actually, and we're going to kind of go with an above ground base, which is going to be kind of weird. Now that, see, this is the part I always hate about building is I always get stuck. Because, this looks kind of cool, but the whole reason this looks so cool is because it's, kind of a bunker and we have our secret underground base. But I always build an underground base. But if I go above, it might not look right because it's going to be just floating in the sky. So I'm a little torn. What we may end up doing then is just holding off for now, and I'll let you guys kind of weigh in. We are going to play this tomorrow on the live stream. Well, tomorrow for me, it'll be probably the same day this goes up, or we may have already done it by the time this video goes up on YouTube. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up for now. We're going to just clear out a little place over here, and we're going to start with some Botania and see if we can't make a little progress on Botania. Now, thankfully, we've done some Botania before. Botania is fairly easy, and I've gone through and I've already gotten a fairly decent amount of the flowers through running around and bamming and jamming and doing what we do. So I think I've got just about one of everything at the current time. So this will be a pretty decent open area. Now, the nice thing about Botania is it's pretty easy to move. So like I said, we'll be moving it. Whoops. We'll be moving it as time goes on, but it'll allow us the basics of getting started. All right, so I just put all my food up. I'm gonna need a thing of food. Give me a stack, please. There we go. We'll put you back. All right. Oh, damn it. Okay, we're good. Don't touch it anymore. All right, so to get started with Botania, we need a few things. So you're gonna need a mana pool first off. So when you start off, you want to get one of the basic diluted mana pools, and then you upgrade it to a normal mana pool. But to get to that, we need to get Living Rock. And to get Living Rock, you get that with a Pure Daisy. And to get a Pure Daisy, to get a Pure Daisy, you can see right here, we need, oh, okay, now that's interesting because we don't need that. That was weird. I have no idea why this even pulls up because that's a Bloodthorn. That's not a Pure Daisy. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. All right, so we need a bunch of white petals, and we need a petal apothecary. Apothecary. Oh, that's cool. You can make different color apothecaries. Oh, I want it. Okay, so you color them afterwards. Okay, that's no big deal. All right, so we're gonna need some double compressed cobblestone, some cobblestone slabs, any kind of plant that we want, and a cauldron. Thankfully, we should be able to make any of that stuff. Do I have any iron over here still? Oh, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Let's pull out... Let's do 12 should be enough. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Okay. And then we turned off any ice. We'll turn it back on. There we go. All right, give me that. I believe our little compressor... Is that the one? No, it's you, metal former. All right, we'll put this up in here. How many do we need for this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7, which means we're going to need 14 ingots, which means I need 2 more iron. So 1, 2. All right. Come over here and put these in. All right. Good, good, good. We'll let that sit and do. Actually, you know what I just realized? We don't need that many. Yeah, we don't need that many anymore because we're using the metal former. We don't, it doesn't require doubles. Good times, good times. All right, so we are going to need the white plants, which are right here. Each of these plants gives us 2. We only need 4, so we're just going to pull 2 of those out. Click those in there. Bam, got it. All right, now we need some cobblestone. To make the apothecary, we do need 3 stacks of double compressed cobble, which shouldn't, in all theory, be too difficult because we do have a lot of cobble. The good news is we're going to be getting a lot more cobble when we make our stuff here in a bit. So double compressed is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. We're just going to press R there, doom, doom, there we go. And then if we do it like that, that gives us just enough. Holy crap. We got rather lucky there, folks. Rather lucky. That's interesting. Why is that cobblestone odd? I don't know why that cobblestone didn't pop up at first. I mean, I'm not complaining because we had just as much as we needed, but it's a little weird. We're out of power at the moment because we don't have that hooked up. Apparently we somehow de-hooked up that stuff. Do I not have my... Well, we don't have any copper cables, and I don't think it's something that we've put in over here either, is it? No. Do we have any copper cabling? Where the hell would I put this? Is it nighttime? Almost. Man, I can't believe we're like, what, 30 some odd episodes into this series, and I still have yet to make armor. It's brutal. I still get like one shot by all of the monsters, and it's really getting quite annoying. I am going to have to actually spend the time, get some cows, make a cow farm, and go from there, which really honestly isn't that big a deal because we're honestly going to need that stuff anyway. All right, are you cooking yet? Negative. All right, I'll put a whole stack in you. That ought to kick you up a notch. And then we'll come back over here and just get one more stack. Thank you. Seems like the server's running a little slow tonight. All right, that's going to fill it back up, and we'll come back over here to sleep. And boom. Anyways, we're going to need some fertilizer for the farms, which we're inevitably going to build. But it's kind of a low priority. So much stuff we need to do. I have to be careful because I have a tendency to just get a little distracted messing around with all this stuff. So we have to stay on task, or I'll end up basically doing a lot of little stuff and never getting anything, completely finished, which will be a problem. All right, so we've got one more little plant. I need to grab one more petal. We'll go with purple because it's the first one I saw, and that'll work. All right, how are we doing over here, Cletus? You got me 4. I need 3 more, sir. I need 3 more. What we may do is I'm trying to think of the easiest way to kick that up a notch. I don't think there really is a way. Not without applying another one on hookup, and I don't think we have any others to hook up. I mean, I've got other generators, obviously, but I don't think I've got any set up to where we could, do anything with it. Because what we'd have to do is basically pop that off there, slap it up on top of this one, and it's not functioning either. Oh, well. It won't take too long. Not too long. One more. So what are you guys thinking about this series? Hopefully you guys aren't too bummed that we're going to be kind of taking a break from bees. I know we basically didn't even get started, but I'm just not sure the easiest way to go about this, and they're so complicated. If I can't get them even remotely working in any form or fashion with automation, then we're literally just going to suffer. So I've got to get the automation figured out. What we may end up doing is I may do a live stream tomorrow and get it all figured out. And then if I can do that, then that'll make it a little bit easier. All right, and there's our petal apothecary. We are going to need one. I bet it's in here, isn't it? Yep, there we go. We are going to need some water, so we're going to go ahead and... Do I have my... Yep. Break this thing down real quick. Thank yous. All right, let's get our bucket, put it there, and our crate, put it there. I've got the elevator blocks on me because we haven't decided if we're going to go underground or not. And I guess that's a good point. Let's do that. Let's let you guys decide. So I'm going to try and put this up before the stream tomorrow so I can look at you guys' opinion and what you guys would like. But do you guys want me to build like underground where the entire base, like the magic area and all that stuff is underground? Or do you want me to try and do the pillars thing? If I do pillars, it's going to kind of look like a tiered setup. So basically we would have like pillars right here that would go like straight up, and then it would link with a platform, which would then come out kind of like in a triangle setup like this one, except it would be like out over here. And then we'd probably have an elevator block either over here that would go up into it or over here that would go up into it, one of the two. And then from those, you'd be able to, basically we would teleport from inside there up on top, do our stuff. And then we'd have to build like a multiple layer tiers of elevators. The problem with that is it kind of looks funky just floating up in the sky. So if you guys would prefer, we can put it underground and go with a bunker setup. But, I have a tendency to always do that, which is kind of weird. So, don't get me wrong. I got no problems being a mole man. Me and the mole people, we get along pretty good. But at the same time, it's a little weird. So if you guys would rather me do kind of up in the air, that's fine too. Just let me know. All right, so what we're looking for now is I need some seeds, just a baseline seed. I know pretty much any kind of vanilla seed will work. I don't believe any of the AgriCraft seeds will work. That's okay. We just happen to have some of these. I'm going to take these because we're going to want to make at least a few of them. We do have 8 buckets over here. If I want to, and probably is smart, what we'll do is we'll set up a nice little, trying to think of the best, I guess we'll just do it right here. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go bam, 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 and the boom, boom. All right, now you're full. Put Put you in here. And then basically the way it works is we've got our white petals right here. We've got our seeds right here. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then boom, we have our daisy. Not quite sure why we ended up with a few extra, but that's fine. So if we do that a couple more times, we're going to need at least 2 sets. So the reason why is you're going to want to do wood with them and you're going to want to do rock with them. So you need, so we'll just do 1, 2. That gives us 2 more. Cycle these out. Bam. And since we're doing a daisy, I think we have to stick with the recipe proper. We might be able to change it up if it was some other kind of plant. But as far as I know with the daisy, it has to be the white plant. All right. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now that we have our 2 daisies, we're going to come over here. We're going to put one right here. And then we're going to give a space and a space and put that one there. Now we need some cobblestone and we need some wood. Thankfully, we should have plenty of both. So we'll pull all of the cobblestone out. We'll do 1 click. All right, there we go. Perfect. And then we need some wood. I should have wood right there. That's a stack of each. Yes, not quite sure why I still have a freaking stack of cobble. Okay, that was odd. All right, I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, I don't remember if this has to be smooth stone or if just normal stone will work. We're going to try it with normal stone. It may have to actually be smooth stone. We'll find out here in just a second. Leave that up there, and then we're going to take the wood. Again, I don't know if it'll work with dark oak. It should, but if it doesn't, that's fine. That's fine. And I believe it's pure daisies. Yeah, I'm almost positive it's pure daisies. Okay, so now that we've got these 2 things working, bamming and jamming, this should here in a moment, if it's going to work, and I seem to recall it has to be smooth stone. If it has to be smooth stone, then nothing's going to happen. If this turns before this does, then we'll know. But this is going to make basically living wood and living stone for us. It's the botanical modification to the basic resources, which allows you to build all of the like wands and the mana pools and things along those lines. And we're going to need all of this stuff, at least, I mean, honestly, we don't need that much to get started with it, but we need just enough to get to the very basics. So it is looking like it needs to be smooth stone, which really isn't that big a deal. We'll just come down here, take another stack out, give me that. And then we'll come over here, put all of this stuff in here. Don't think I have any smooth stone already fired up. You'd think I would. No, I think we turned all of our smooth stone into stone bricks. And as far as I know, there's no way to unsmooth stone them. So we are going to keep our sorting system for now. And one of the other reasons, here we go, just throwing this out here for you guys. Another reason that we might want to stick with the underground base is if we do underground, then basically I dig out another 3 floors, well, technically 4 because of the ground, below us. And then I can just extend these chests straight down below. And our sorting system will expand that way, which will give us drastically more room, drastically more storage space. Well, it'll double our storage space. Now, we're still going to have to make one of those item importers so that we can import into it, but we don't necessarily have to do that, right now. All right, so let's run back over here and take another look at our daisies and see if they're doing what we thought they were supposed to do. It does look like living wood got converted, but again, as you can see, this stuff did not. So yes, it works out great with the others, but we are going to need smooth stone for this to work, which not that big a deal. We're going to go ahead and just put this stuff down, and then we can go back and grab some more. That stuff should convert while we're in here grabbing another stack. And we'll just let this thing run basically, and eventually we'll get a nice amount. That's 4 and 4. That's 8. That should be enough for us to get the basic mana pools. Now we are going to need 2 mana pools. The reason we need 2 is you got to have 1 and 1. Basically, you need 1 to store, and then you need 1 to turn, if that makes sense. So that should convert here pretty quickly. So while we're doing that, we need some kind of, I guess we can just do Botania. We are going to need some kind of plant that's going to allow us to Produce mana. Now, we could do day blooms. Day blooms are fairly easy to do. They just need mystical yellow, some mystical orange, some mystical light in here with a seed, and boom, you get day blooms. Day blooms are kind of they're one of the crappier methods. And the nice thing about those is they do what they do, but they only work at night. At day. Now, there's night blooms or something like that, or nightshade, maybe it's called. The nightshade, basically what it does is the exact opposite. It works at night. Well, we don't want to do night either. We want to work, 20. Yeah, here's the nightshades. We want to work all the time. So there is, I believe, Nom Nom the art teacher. That's interesting. Munchdews. If I recall, Munchdews eat. Yeah, I believe magical girls are an option. That's creepy. You get this flower is the night, Kekimirus. I believe they only eat, I think maybe it's the Gormialis. I know one of these plants will actually eat food, which is kind of what I want to do, because since we've already got the culinary generator, I'd kind of like to focus on culinary stuff. So I'm trying to find the botanical book here. Reason I'm trying to find the botanical book is the botanical book has all of the different items in it. And we can basically just do a little bit of reading, and we can confirm which one of the plants will do what we want. Unfortunately, I'm not finding Botania. You'd think the book would be fairly easy to spot. It's giant, it's green, and it's like in your face, bam, and I'm not seeing it. So there it is. The Lexica Botanica is a work in progress. It's not entirely correct. So we need one book. We need 4 gold coins and some plants. Not a problem. I have, I think, all of that except for maybe the book. And we can make do with the book. All right. So I know we've got some leather. We've got some paper. Shouldn't be a problem. In fact, we may even have a book in our inventory. That's it. Well, we have the gold nuggets. So that's good. We just need 4 plants. So I think we have, is there one we have more of than any of the others? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's 4 of those. Perfect. And then I think we have some paper. Maybe it's out here. I know our leather's out here as well. Also, on top of letting me know in the comments section whether you guys want me to dig down and be a mole person or, pillar in the sky so you can make fun of me and laugh at my terrible failures of a builder. Also, let me know what you guys think about the sound. I mean, obviously, there's a bit of an echo. You guys are going to hear that. That probably is going to be annoying. I can fix that probably in the next, 2 or 3 days. I got to order some stuff off Amazon to fix it. But let me know what you guys think about everything else. Does the sound other than the echo sound okay? Are there any background noises that drive you nuts? If so, point them out. I'll try to fix them as best I can. There was leather. Yeah. So we're having a hard time finding paper now, which is weird because I know I've got some paper. I just don't know where I put it. There it is. I was about to be like, damn it, Bobby, I know I got it. All right, crafting table. I got crafting tables all over the damn place. I really need to stop doing that. Okay, boom. So we need bam, 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 and then boom, 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 and bam. Okay, so with this, we want if I recall, I'll go through. Okay, we'll just do in game. Thank you very much. Basics of mechanics, mana manipulation, generating flora. There we go. Begonia. Drones are the foundation of a healthy colony figure, but really they can start just piling up. And when you, oh my god, the begonia is the solution to the problem of overcrowding. Simply top your That is awesome. That is awesome. Because that is basically what it does is it eats your leftover bees, and you end up with a just absolutely ridiculous amount of them. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so entropium is just basically an explosive. All right, gotcha. Gormalis is 1 hungry flower. It'll eat up any food in the area around it and turn it into mana. There's a catch, though. It can only digest a single food at any given time. The mana is created when it's done. Any other food it finds, it will also devour, but not create any mana from it. See, that's my problem with the Gormialis is if I've got a bunch of them right next to each other, it might not work. So that could be a pain. So yeah, that's kind of the issue that we've got is we don't want to. We may end up just going with endo flames. The reason I say that is we want to produce. We do want to produce some mana, but we want to be careful how we do it. Not only that, but let's see. Where is the... Okay, let's do Botania again. Botania. Botania. Where is it? The Gormialis. Where are you, sir? Right there. The Gormialis requires 2 runes, which we're going to need mana to do, so we can't start with the Gormialis. And then there is the Endoflame, which does not require one. It does require some special plants, though, to change, which is going to be a problem. So we're probably just going to start then with Day Blooms to kind of get started. So we need 2 yellows, blue, and orange. Blue and orange. So yellow, blue, orange. Yellow, blue, orange. Hopefully we don't forget that on the way. We'll just make, I don't know, maybe 6 or so. Okay. Fuck, I already forgot what it is. That's interesting how there's 2 different variations of it. I don't know what a motif means. Or motif. Yellow, orange, blue. Was that blue or light blue? I think it was light blue. Yellow, orange, and light blue. Okay, so we need yellow. So we'll pull all of the yellows. That's cyan. That's orange. And then light blue. That's blue. That's cyan. Are you freaking kidding me? We don't have any light blue? There's no way we don't have light blue. OMG, we don't have any light blue. Are you effing kidding me? This is unbelievable. I literally cannot comprehend that we do not have this flower. Like it's shattering the space-time continuum, the fact that we don't have this flower. We have to have this flower. We have picked everything. I have made love to fields. We have to have this flower. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. We've messed up. We haven't gotten this flower. No frickin' way. I know this flower is nearby. Yeah, there's some over here. Okay. Well, god dang. How did I not get this flower? I know I picked this flower. I had to have picked this flower. This is them, right? Light blue. No, those are cyan. Okay. So they're close, but they're not the same. That would explain. God dang, there's a lot of bees over there too. All right. Fair enough. Do I have my scoop with me? Of course not. See, if I had my scoop with me, we could go and chop those plants up. All right, fair enough. Let me look around, see if I can't find some of these mystical plants that have apparently somehow eluded me in all of my hunting, and we'll pick up there. All right, found them. And this is why I don't have any of these. If you're not looking closely, the differences between the cyan and the blue are very, very close. So that's why I don't have any of these little bastards. And we can't chop those without I think we have to have a, what do you call them? Shears. There we go. Shears. Looks like there's also some over here. I also went back and got our scoop so that we could actually get those beehives. I hate walking around and leaving those types of things. Like once we actually need them, I have a hard time not picking them up. So anyways, the reason we don't have any of these plants is while I was roaming around, I just saw the same color of blue, assumed, well, we already have them. What do we need another one for? And yeah, me and my genius. Although in my defense, it's the same damn color. It's the same color. It's just a texture difference. That's all. So my eye was like, oh, we've already got the blue. We don't need that one. Yeah. All right. So let's head back home. Hopefully our waypoints are still there. Wow, we got a lot of freaking death points. I die a lot in this series. There we go. Home. And falling through the earth. Okay. Wow, still inside the earth. All right. Whoa. Yeah, the server is definitely lagging balls tonight. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Can we please move? Can we move now? Is that okay? Is that okay? All right, I think we're fine now. If not, I'm punching Solar in the throat. Okay, so now that we're over here, we were making day blooms, if I recall. So to make a day bloom, we need yellows, mystical yellows, which we thankfully have. So we'll do, I don't know, that's enough for, what, 4 plants? So mystical yellows, and then we need blue and orange. So boom, boom. And then orange, boom, boom, bam. That gives us, we have enough seeds for 2. I need a couple more seeds because we're doing 4. So we need 2 more seeds. I believe I've got seeds in this chest here. I don't know if these seeds will work. Honestly, they may. They may, but we'll pull the normal ones out, and we'll try one, but we'll bring a pumpkin seed on the off chance that it doesn't work. And I'm going to sleep before it gets any worse, because if I don't go to bed, the bad guys are going to spawn, and if the bad guys spawn, inevitably I die horribly. Obviously, you guys enjoy that, but, you know, my own little fragile ego, which gets more and more fragile with each impending death. I don't know how much more it can take. All right, so let's open up our little special backpack, get our little thingy out, put you down here, you down here, and then we'll put you here. And then we wanted to test the sugar cane. All right, so boom. All right, so it is 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 blue, and sugarcane seeds. Hey-o, it works. All right, perfect. All right. You know, I don't know why I brought the water over here because, you know, the OCD in me won't let me use it. So, oh well, it is what it is. All right, put that in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. And then we do 1 more. Now, if I recall, and this may have changed because he's made some changes to the mod since the last time I played. It is possible that this doesn't work this way anymore, but back in the day, you had to set them up like this. There needs to be a space in between them, otherwise it won't work. Now this will produce mana at this point. Unfortunately, there's nowhere for the mana to go. So we need to have a place for the mana to go. Otherwise it just sits there and looks pretty, which, oh my god, will it break? Okay, yeah, it is gonna break. It's just gonna take a little bit. I don't think I have an axe on me either. Do we have one in here? Of course not. We have everything but an axe. I don't know what happened to our axe. I know I've got one around here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. I don't think we need a whole lot of wood anyway. I'm more concerned with the, what do you call it? The stone. What we will do, though, is go back inside, get some more stone, and double it up, because we are going to need quite a bit here for our project here in a second. There we go. It's 8. How did we... Okay, I was about to say, how did we miss 1 piece of stone? All right, let's jump back over here real quick and grab some stone out of here. I'm going to grab... Well, we already have some wood, so I don't need to grab any more wood. Did that whole thing get processed? Well, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That reminds me, fucking song is stuck in my head. I went and saw Daddy's Home over the weekend. Me and JJ, we had free tickets to a movie at our local movie theater because last time we went, they screwed us up so bad. So we had a free ticket, so we went and saw that movie, which turned out to be pretty damn good. But the funny thing is, you know, I said hell yeah, which of course, what is it? That G6 song or whatever has been stuck in my head because it was one of the theme songs in the movie, apparently, when they had like a dance off with Bill Burr, which is another one of my favorite comedians, and it was good times. It was good times. All right, so we're gonna need a gold ingot, which we of course don't have the stuff for, and then the rest is planty stuff. And do we have any gold? Oh, brass, 1 gold. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So anyways, yeah, got like a GS6 stuck in my head like crazy. I will say Dev, that's the chick in that sings that song. Her voice is just, there's just something about her voice. It's like, it's hard to put into words, but like it just oozes sexiness. I mean, I don't understand how. I don't know what she does to do it, but she does. All right, so there's our mana spreader. Unfortunately, we need a wand to utilize it, really, which means we're gonna need some living wood, which means we need these set up like that, which gives us a living wood twig. And I believe we need what? How many twigs? We need 3 twigs. Of course we do. Of course we need 3 twigs. Why wouldn't we need 3 twigs? Stupid trees. All right, so that's fine. Put this here, break that. There we go. And we'll go ahead and do this real quick. The nice thing about this is we only really have to do it once. And while we're waiting on this to turn, we'll go find our axe, because I'll be damned if I'm going to punch another 8 freaking trees. For whatever reason, I never made a lumber axe. I don't know why I never made a lumber axe. I think it was one of those things where I was like, I'm never going to need a tree chopper, you know, or something along those lines. It sounds like something stupid, I would say. Doesn't it? Does that sound something stupid that I would say? God, there it is. All right, boom. So yeah, I mean, we have all the stuff we need to turn it. I don't know why we never did. All right, so we have plants right here. These are producing mana. You can't tell right now because we don't have the wand, so we can't figure it out. And then we have our mana spreader. Now the mana spreader is going to communicate with these and be like, "Give me your mana," and they're going to be like, "Okay, here you go." And then this little hole right here, little butthole, is going to squirt it out over here into this little table. Well, unfortunately, I don't have the wand, so I can't be like, yo, squirt in here. So we're fixing to get that here in like 25 minutes once these things finally manage to turn. It's kind of like boiling water. If you stare at it, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, but as soon as you stop watching it, it does. So it's all right. We ready? Ready? Damn. All right, let's try it again. Oh, see, it's working. It's working. Now you have to be careful with this. If you do it too quickly, it doesn't always work. So, or at least it used to. They probably have changed that. Like I said, I haven't played with this mod since, I think last time we did this was Departed with me and Jody. So it's been a while. But yeah, if you do it too quickly, then it doesn't work and you don't get your stuffs. So, or at least you didn't used to. All right, that's 3. So boom, boom, boom. And then we put our little blues, bam. And then we go like this. We have our little wand and then boom, bam. Oh my God. Okay, how was it? There we go. Boom, boom. There we go. All right. And now we're squirting into here. You can see diluted mana pool is hopefully storing. You can see that this is, okay, these are making some. So there we go. Is he putting his stuff in? Okay. All right, good. So if you click these, you can see the mana is in them. Now that's interesting. You didn't used to have to link them, but apparently you do now. Your wand's gonna have 2 modes, which oddly enough, okay, see where it says function mode and bind mode. Bind mode is where you link this to this and this to this. So you can see these guys are producing mana. It's just kind of slow and crappy. And you can see right here, it's got some and it's put it in here. So now we need another mana pool. Now the reason we want another mana pool is this mana pool is limited on what it can do. So if we hold this over here and we hold it here, you can see there's a little X in the middle. That means, yo, bro, I ain't got enough mana to do what you want. So we have to kind of wait for this to do what it's gonna do, which is fine. We just sit here and basically watch while that little green line in the bottom left-hand corner moves. And I think once it gets a little bit further, it'll squirt. Come on. Come on. You're gonna be difficult, aren't you? Yeah. It may have to go all the way to that line. This actually is moving a lot. There it goes. Boom. And then sploosh. And yay. So we throw it in there. Boom. Now we're good. So now we break this. And then we put this one down. This one is, wait. Yes. Okay, good. Yes, this is a normal mana pool. So now we want to go bam, bam, and now they're squirting in here. Now this one has, I believe, like 100 times the capacity of this one, which is awesome. So what we basically will do now is we'll let this charge up, probably make a few more of these, maybe, I don't know. Honestly, if we wait a little bit, then we can just let this charge up. And it'll take like an hour or so, but I mean, I can just sit here and watch TV while that happens. And then eventually we can get into runes and we can start making some of the more efficient ones. I think we're going to try the gourmet plants that are going to eat our eggplants, which we like because, you know, we can make a billion of them over there. And then we will eventually probably switch over to the bees once I get the sorting system figured out. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.